So again, you don't need anything else this evening except your mat. And so we're hopefully quiet. Okay, cool. So we're gonna, and for anyone who is joining us today that wasn't with us on Monday, you have, and this is true for everyone as well, and I should have said this on Monday as well, you have access to the Mind Body video library for the whole time, for the whole month of January, and all the classes that all the beginner sessions are recorded and then uploaded into the video library afterwards, and so are all the other classes. So you've got every class that we do upload to the video library. Go mad, have a look, do as many as you want or as few as you want. I know some of you tried the sculpt classes and loved to hate them, hated to love them. All right, so if you so you're absolutely fine starting today, but you also have Monday session there for you as well. Okay, cool. I think that is everyone in, or hopefully almost in. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're actually going to start standing on the mat today. So go ahead and come up to standing. I mean, just wheel back so I don't cut my head off. Amazing. I'm going to go back a bit further. Okay. So stand at the back of your mat, and we're just going to bring back down into that body, okay? Perfect. Usually by Thursday, the bodies are a little slightly more tired than they might be on Monday. So we're going to just stand into the feet. I want you to face the end of your mat, but I'm going to face you just in case you need to see what's going on, yeah? I'll take a little step forward. So I want you to find your feet on the floor, and then gently just lift all of your toes. So we're going to pick all of the toes up and off the floor, big toe to baby toe. Let them come up. Spread the toes as wide as you can, and then release them all the way back down onto the floor. Again, we're going to lift all of the toes up and off the floor and release them all the way back down. Let's do two more. We're going to lift the toes, spread them nice and wide, and releasing them. Let's try that one more time. Lift the toes, spread the toes, good. And then release them down. Okay, we're going to send all of your weight over into your left side. So weight into that left baby toe side of your body and come back. And then let's go to the other side. Lean. And good, so we lean. So that's sort of Michael Jackson lean, except instead of going forwards, we're going side to side. We'll go forwards as well. And just start to feel a gentle stretch through the side of the hip. Can we push the hip over maybe a little bit? And back, last one. Good. And then we're going to take it forwards. So only as far, your body will catch you, only as far as you can without feeling like you're going to fall. And back. Good. So what we're working on here, as well as balance, is a little bit of ankle mobility, okay? And foot strength and stretch, foot responsiveness, and training the foot to work with the rest of the body. This is important when we walk, when we run, when we do anything that we want the rest of the body to work in, yeah? And then stay center, we're gonna go backwards now into your heel, and forwards, and back into the heel, and forwards. Let's go once more, lean backwards, good. Okay, let's take it into a little bit of a circle. So we're gonna come forwards, circle into the right, back into the heels, and over to the left. Now, I like to have my hands out in front of me because I find this exercise actually quite challenging, okay? So you do whatever you want to do with your hands to circle around that ankle joint. Okay, let's reverse. Let's go the opposite direction. Take your time. Know that little wobbles, that's you learning. Good. Go once more. Nice, guys, good. And come back to center, okay? Stand into your feet. And before we come into this next exercise, I want you to forget about touching the floor. Your goal is not to touch the floor, okay? Your goal is to really start to stretch the spine. front of you, I want you to let the chin drop towards the chest. And I want you to start to open the back of your body by rolling it forwards. We're going to soften the knees and just let your arms hang. Now, if they come towards the floor, if they do touch the floor, cool. But there's a big difference between hinging at the hips, dropping your chest back onto your thighs, taking your hands to the floors and being really in your hamstrings, so maybe a little bit like a yoga forward bend, and being in a really supported flexed spine to prepare your spine for movement. Okay, so we want to get length out of your spine here more than I want to get a hinge in your hip. And then to come up, I want you to press the floor away with your feet. Start to roll your pelvis back on top of your thigh bones. Let your spine slump all the way back up. And then your head will just land on top of your spine. Let's go again. Tuck the chin, lengthen, feel those lips, pop, 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 opening at the back of your spine, rounding the body, heavy arms dangling. Press the feet through the floor, roll your tail towards the floor, and take the body upright. Nice. Let's try that one more time. Roll the chin. Roll the body, and everything's sort of rolling inwards. Good, nice. Let those arms feel really heavy, empty, a little more weight into the ball of the foot and the toes. Long spine, then press the floor away, rolling it up, and lifting to stand. Excellent, okay. We're going to come down onto the mat by coming into a lunge. So I'm going to step one leg forward, whatever leg you want. Drop the back knee down. Good. Drop the other knee down. We're going to come onto all fours, or just swing the legs around however you like. Good. And roll yourself down onto your back. Excellent. I'm just going to pull my mat a little closer now. Okay. So you're going to lie down on your back and drop down into it for me. Okay. Perfect. Get a sense of your body meeting the mat. And let's just move through the body. All right. We're lying on the mat. We're going to drop into everything. Okay. I want you to just remember that your head, your skull is a ball. It's a sphere. So let's see, can we use just a little momentum to start? And then let the head gently roll from side to side. And again, when we start this, we're not really going to use much muscle. Actually, if you can, you're going to let your muscle switch off. We want to see, can we get into the bones, align the bones and the joints, give them a little more space. Good, so then the muscle can work a little bit more efficiently. And then when you're ready, let the head come to a stop, nice and gentle. And then we're going to gently reach your ears to the wall behind you. Drop your chin towards your chest. So we lengthen the back of the neck like you're giving yourself a double chin. And then gently tip the chin to the ceiling. And gently tip the chin to the chest and to the ceiling. And as you do this in both directions, make it so small. And just see, can you get a sense of the weight of your head on the mat, long through the neck, and keep a sense of space in the jaw. And then from there, let everything go, let the head relax. Okay, arms by your sides, and I want you to keep your hands and your forearms on the mat, but lift your shoulders as high up to the ceiling as you can get. Your elbows might lift as well, let them come up. And then let them drop all the way back. Lift the shoulders up, and you might notice that as your shoulders roll forwards, your chin tips to the ceiling a little more, or wants to lift. That's fine, just go with it. And let it relax. One more time. Roll the shoulders up. And then let the shoulders drop down onto the floor. And then we're going to, keeping the arms on the mat now, shrug the shoulders right up to the ears. And then reach the fingers right down to your toes. So we're just sliding the arms up and down, starting to slide that shoulder blade. Again, just waking up that entire body, preparing it to move. Good, nice. One more time, up to the shoulders and down to the toes, and let them release somewhere in the middle. When you're ready, from there, I want you to lift all of your foot off the floor except your heel. So push your heel down, lift your toes and the sole of the foot, then press the sole of the foot down, lift the heels. Heels down, sole up, foot down, and heels up. Really good. Heels down, toes up, foot down, heels up, heels down, toes up, toes down, heels up. One more, heels down, toes up, toes down, heels up. Nice. Then stay there. We're going to lift the lift the toes off the floor. Good. So those heels are dropping down. And then I want you to tap the toes, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Good. So again, we're getting into that ankle mobility. Now, as you flap the feet, can you allow it to move your torso? Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Good. Tap, tap, tap. So we just allow that movement in. That's it. Well done. Rocking over the pelvis and the ribs. And then let it steady. Walk your feet away from you a little bit. So we've got a bit more space between your heels and your backside now. Again, heels down, toes up. Then, as your toes come to the mat, everything rocks forward. Toes lift, everything rocks back. So forward, back, toes down, toes up. Good. Lovely. So it's a little bit like the pelvic tilts that we started with at the start of the week. If you remember them, we'll come back to them. But with a little bit more dynamic movement here. Good. Soften the breath. And let the bottom jaw hang away from the top jaw. And then let the body settle. Good. We're going to pull the heels back in towards the seat. I want you to stand into your feet, and I want you to feel really strong in your feet. Push your feet through the floor until you feel your pelvis hover. You can maybe slide your hand in under your pelvis, but that's it. And you kind of feel not much. And then let the pelvis and the back come back down onto the floor, release the feet. And let's go again. Push the feet through the floor, hover the pelvis. And then release it down. Let's go ahead and add on. Push the feet through the floor, hover the pelvis. Okay, now lengthen. We're going to start to reach the knees over the toes to take that body into bridge. Your knees reach forward. Your chest bone softens down. Okay, then from there, fold into the hips, drop the body back down into the mat. Excellent. And I want you to remember, as you're doing this, I don't need you to force that sort of, vertebra by vertebra down. Be really gentle. It'll happen on its own. Stand in your feet. Curl the tail. Reach the knees. As your knees go forwards, allow your chin to drop to your chest. And your eye line is sort of looking over the horizon of your knees. Your ribs drop forwards into your back body here. And then, nice and gentle, we lengthen the spine, lay it back down on the mat. Let's do that 2 more times, yeah? Stand in the feet, be strong in your legs. Roll the tail, reach the knees. Excellent, well done. Lift the pelvis. Keep reaching those knees forward. And then fold into the hips. Good, breathing down. Excellent. Let's try that one more time. Stand into the feet, roll the pelvis. Reach the knees. Keep reaching the knees. Okay, we're going to stay here for a sec. I want you to imagine that the front of that pelvis is opening. And we open the front of the pelvis and wrap around the back of the pelvis. Good. Check in that your knees haven't gone wide. Keep that fist distance, that hip distance between the thigh bones, they stay parallel, okay? Lift the tail, stay breathing, and then nice and gentle, lie the spine back down. Let's add in some arms. So today we're going to revisit a lot of what we did on Monday and add just a smidgen to it, okay? So as we stand in the feet, we reach the fingertips long and start to lift the pelvis and reach the arms overhead. Good. And then when you're ready, it's arms first. Your arms are going to start to roll your ribs down into the mat. Be aware of the weight of the bones. The arms, yeah, beautiful movement. Really nice mix. Again, stand in the feet, reach the arms. If you're feeling like a spasmy, crampy, oh my God, my hamstrings hate me, that is so fine. They are being strengthened, okay? Good. And they won't cramp. They feel like they will. You feel like they're about to revolt, I know, but they won't. Keep reaching the knees and then rolling, breathing. And top tip, yeah, often those hamstrings start to cramp because we're holding our breath. And so if you find that you're holding your breath, I want you to hum, okay? Like, as mad as it sounds, that you keep your breathing constant, and that often helps those hamstring cramps. On your next one, go ahead, lift the pelvis, reach the arms, stay here with me. We're just going to press the arms 5 times. Your hips stay up. So those arms press forward, reach overhead, that's 1. Press, reach overhead, that's 2. Press, reach overhead, that's 3. Press, reach overhead, that's 4. Give me 1 more. Press, good, you guys. Reach overhead, that's 5. Then arms up, roll the pelvis down. Release it to the mat. Excellent, good. Okay, go ahead and take those legs together for me again. Arms heavy by your sides, or you can have your hands sort of on your pelvis or on your hips now, whatever feels good. And then we're going to take one leg and gently start to roll the knee out to the side. We're getting a little spiral in the thigh bone. Good, so the outside of that knee rolls towards the floor, and then we pick it back up. Let's do 2 more on that same leg. Slide it out, and then take it back up. 1 more time, slide it out. Really soft, really slow. Open the inner thigh and take it back up. Good, now we're going to keep that leg parallel. We're going to slide the leg away and slide the leg back in. We're going to really work through one leg first, and then we're going to see if we notice a difference between how they feel. Okay, so see, can we feel in real time all of those changes that we're making to the tissue, to the muscle, to the nervous system, to the joint, all of the positive impact that this really thoughtful, mindful movement is having as you do it. Try 1 more there. Good, nice. Take it back in and then pause. Now, we're going to let that knee roll out to the side, just like we did at the start. Slide out on the baby toe side of the foot. Back to parallel and take it in. So the knee slides out. We slide the leg the length of the mat. We turn the toes and the kneecap to the ceiling and slide it in. 1 more, out and slide in and back. Stay there. That same leg now, I want you to just roll the knee in towards your chest and then replace it back down on the floor. Good. Really think about that rolling, okay, of the femur, of the thigh bone in the hip socket. Nice and gentle. We want to see, can we improve? That's it, the space in the hip. Good, guys. 2 more. Roll it in. Excellent. Last one. And then have it somewhere in the middle, yeah? So somewhere kind of at 90 degrees. I want you to take your hand on top of your kneecap, gently push down, and just start to circle that leg. Okay, the circle is really small, like around the outside, around the circumference of a tennis ball. Good, we're just plugging the hip into its socket, and then we're reversing the circle. There you go, 3 and 2 and 1, and then steady there. Replace the hand down, and we're going to start to circle the leg on its own. Again, the circle is as big or as small as you like. If you feel any clunking, go ahead and make that circle smaller. Yeah, we don't want to push into any range that hip isn't totally okay with yet. It'll get there, don't worry. Good. And then hold on to the knee, pull the knee into the chest, and relax. Knee to chest, and relax. One more time, knee to chest, and relax. Excellent. Okay, from here, go ahead and roll yourself and just come to standing. Take your time coming up and just take a breath. Notice how you feel in your 2 legs. So one leg we've worked on, the other leg we haven't. Okay, whatever leg you worked on, I want you to stand that foot to the floor and pick up your other leg, the leg that we haven't worked on. And just see, how is that balance feeling? How grounded do we feel through the leg? Can we stand tall? Can we push the floor away? And then drop the foot and just go opposite side. Good, and maybe you have the same balance, but just see how much space does it feel like you have in your hip. Do you feel a little more open on the hip that you've worked? And release it. Good, okay. So hopefully we felt a little bit more space on that leg that we worked on. Let's go ahead and do that second leg. So we come back down onto the mat, onto your back. Good. Press the legs together. We're going to open that knee out to the side. Slide it out from the inner thigh. Feel that leg lengthen. And return. And we open, we roll the knee. And we return. Super. Let's do that one more time. Long, perfect, good, and take it back. Okay, same leg, just slide it out towards the end of the mat and roll it back in. Slide it away and back in. Getting a sense that your thigh bone is dropping into the mat, rolling that hip in the socket. Let's do 2 more. And we come back. Last one, slide it away, good. And in. Now let's add that rotation. So we slide the knee out to the side, open the hip, lengthen the leg away from you, toes and kneecap to the ceiling, and return the leg back. Slide out, slide long, turn it in, and back. 2 more. Slide and reach, turn it in, and back. Last one, slide and reach, turn it in, and take it back. Good. Now we're going to roll that knee into the chest and release and up. Good. And again, focusing on opening through the back of the hip as the knee comes up and releasing through the front of the hip as the knee moves away from you. Excellent. Let's go 2 more times. Really dropping the jaw backwards. And then when you're ready, go ahead, pick the leg off the mat, take your hand onto that top of the kneecap and start to circle. We got a little push down and a circle around. Massaging the pelvis with that thigh bone. Good. And then reverse. Perfect. So eliminating any grinding and then just thinking about massaging, making those bones fit just a little more snug. And then relax it, arm down, and we're going to circle the leg all on its own. Good. Well done. 2 and 1. Go ahead and reverse it again. Any clicking, clunking, snapping, make that circle smaller. You want to show the hip that we're going to work in a range that it's comfortable with until we can expand. 1 more. Good. Hold on to the knee, pull the knee into the chest, and release. Knee to chest. Release. 1 more, knee to chest, good, and release, perfect. Drop the feet to the floor, and we're going to reach the arms to the ceiling. And then take your left hand and drop your arm across your ribs. That's it. Not to push down, just to act as a little bit of a weight. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach the arm overhead on that side without allowing those ribs to fly off the mat, okay? And then take the arm back up to the ceiling. We're rolling the shoulder, we're sliding the shoulder blade, and we reach the arm to the ceiling. So can we move the arm without the rib cage? Good. It'll be really important for any neck tension, any shoulder pain or tension, any upper back or mid back tension, that we can move the arm independent of the ribs. Yeah, one more. And then take it back. Good. We're going to swap arms on the ribs and opposite arm to ceiling. Let's go ahead and reach, roll it back, and release. And you might find that one arm has a little bit more range than the other. That is so normal. We are always chasing balance. But remember that you're always, if you're right-handed, you are always going to brush your teeth with your right hand, pick up a kettle with your right hand. We are never going to be perfectly symmetrical, and that's okay. We don't need to be, but we do want to have roughly the same mobility, roughly the same strength on both sides. Yeah, so there's no huge discrepancies that cause any issues. Perfect. Both arms to the ceiling. Then can we reach both arms up and slowly, thoughtfully, carefully reach the arms overhead without flaring the ribs. And back up. Notice the weight of the rib cage dropping into the mat. Notice the weight of the pelvis dropping into the mat. Notice the weight of your feet. So your whole body can be involved in just this arm movement. Okay, arms to the ceiling, stay here. I want you to reach your fingertips to the ceiling so that it lifts your shoulder blades off the mat. You're making sort of a basket of your ribs, and then let them relax back down. Reach the fingertips to the ceiling so it slides the shoulder blades around the ribs, and release. We're going to really focus on that chest lift today. One more. Reach the fingertips up and stay here. Now when you reach them up, notice how your head just wants to come off the mat. Let's go with it. We're going to lift the head, and notice as your head comes up, you're going to want to look forward, yeah, and your fingers are going to want to reach towards your knees. Kind of let them hover here, cool. There's a bit of work involved in it, yes, I know, and then release it back down. Fingers somewhere over your shoulders, head to the mat. Let's go with that again. Fingertips reach up, lifting the shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades carry your ribs. Think of your shoulder blades like two handles of a basket. Your ribs are the basket. Those shoulder blades are carrying you up. The chest is lifting. You're looking forward. We release it down. Let's try once more like that. Good, guys. These are good. Arms reach. Now, as you come up, let's give it a breath out. Out through the nose. Good, 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 good. Stay here. What if we lower the arms down by your sides? Good. Yes. Release the body back to the mat. Take the arms to the ceiling. Let's do one more like that. Arms come up. Head comes up. Now lift it. Start to reach forwards. Forwards. Forwards with those arms. And we release it back down. Excellent. Okay, I want you to take your palms together. Amazing. And then we're going to swap it. So take the backs of your hands together. Your thumbs are going to come onto your sternum, onto your breastbone. Okay, let me spin my mat slightly to get a better. So from there, I want you to use your hands to slide your sternum, your breastbone, towards your pelvis. Elbows are going to reach forward either sides of your knees, and you just slide yourself up. Now stay. Notice the weight of your pelvis. Notice the weight of your abdominal contents, yeah, everything in your abs dropping to the mat. Use a breath out. Release it back down. Again, two more. Slide the ribs forwards, reach the elbows, use your hands. Give me a nice big breath out, amazing. These ribs are sliding down, good. And release it out. Let the abs relax every time. One more time. Slide the fingertips, that's it, lift. Okay, breathe, stay here for me. We're gonna give it tiny pulses up for 5. Lift up for 4. Lift up for 3. Let's go 2. Let's go 1. And release it down. Really good, guys, well done. We're just going to stay here. We're gonna lift one leg up into tabletop, other leg up into tabletop. Now slowly, one foot back down onto the floor, other foot back down onto the floor. We go up and up. Body drops into the mat. One foot down, other foot down. Really good. Roll it up and up and down and down. Now we're going to start with the other leg first. Leg up and up and down and down. So what we got to remember here as we move, right, is that your legs in Pilates are often acting as a weight for your core. And as we start to move the legs around the place, and as we start to lengthen the legs away from the torso, it's increasing that core challenge. And what we have to be able to do is maintain that same core while breathing, while moving the legs, good, and while maintaining stability between the hips and the ribs. Excellent, good, you guys, well done. When you're ready, we want you to take both knees into 90-90, let the legs sort of relax, let the calves relax, we hold behind the thighs. We're going to come into that assisted roll up. So, heavy iron boots on your feet. Press your thigh bones into your fingers and roll yourself up to seated. That's it. Your feet find the floor as quickly as possible. No balance. You don't need to worry about balancing it. And then when you're ready, roll back. So roll off your seat bones and roll back down into the mat. Again, look at your knees. Press your feet to the floor. What is important, that's it, is that you don't let your knees escape away from your torso. So if you come up and you start to straighten your legs away from you, then it becomes an abdominal exercise. Whereas we want to keep it as a spine exercise for now, okay? So we roll back down, feet in, good. So we push thighs to hands, push hands to thighs. I want you to really use your hands. That's it, and back down. Keep the same distance roughly between the knees and the shoulders as you roll up. Better, good, that's it. And down, let's do that one more time. Feet to floor, amazing. Good, well done. Good, guys. Once you're sitting, stay up for me on your next one. And we're going to go ahead and sit into this mermaid position, okay? So one leg in front, one leg behind. If kneeling feels better, go for it. If sitting cross-legged feels better, go for it. But if you can get into this position, it's amazing for your hips, okay? As we work on your ribs. So whatever leg is in front, that hand comes to the mat, opposite hand behind the head. I reach one elbow to the floor, other elbow to the ceiling. Reach, 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 reach. And press. Good, excellent. 2 more. We're going to work a little more on the side waistline as well today. And up. Nice. One more time. Reach, 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 reach. Good, 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 good. Yes. And up. Then I reach that arm up and over to where the wall meets the ceiling. Press. And then go ahead, lift. And other side. Lift. And reach. Lift. And reach. Last 2. Up, over, and find the space. Up, over, and reach. Excellent, really good. And when you're ready, we're going to stay on this side. So we're going to take that elbow down onto the floor. And now let's go ahead and stack your knees. Knees to the front, heels are going to be roughly in line with your tailbone behind you, yeah? Okay. Now your bottom leg drops into the floor as your top leg lifts up and off the mat. Now give me a sec. Lift your ribs up for me. That's it, good. And then lower it. Good, again. Lift and lower. Good, well done, nice. Let's try that 2 more times. You're breathing gently. Good, nice, last one. Perfect, okay. Then when you're ready, go ahead, come to lying all the way down, slide the knees slightly further forwards, maybe like half an inch. I'm gonna tap my heels together, my knee lifts to the ceiling. Then I tap my knees together, my foot goes to the ceiling. Good, so I'm training internal and external rotation of the hip. We tap and tap and tap and tap. Good, so tap the heels, tap the knees, tap the heels, tap the knees. We go 4 and 4 and 3 and yes, go 2 and 2. Nice, you guys. 1 and 1. Balance. And then I send the leg away, reach it long. Good. Now, actually push the foot into the wall, reach it, reach it, reach it, so that it sort of slides you along your torso a bit more. And maybe gives you a bit more space between your waistline and the mat. Now from here, keep this space. Bend the knee, slide the thigh bone. Good. And reach it away. Excellent. Good. Perfect. And press. This is a single leg squat if you were standing. Good. It's all of that lying on your back work, single leg toe taps. Good. We're finding function in it every movement. Yes, one more. And this is so good for that hip mobility and flexibility. Good. Hold it long. We're going to press the foot to the floor and we lift it up. Press the foot to the floor and up. Good. Reach. And so in Pilates, instead of doing a lot of static stretching, which can be kind of aggravating a lot of times to your connective tissue, to your tendons, to your ligaments, pause the leg up on the next one and let's just circle it. We tend to do a lot of mobilizing, yeah, a lot of isometric work, so really small movements, which can be so mobilizing for a joint, giving you so much more range, more flexibility, while strengthening. So you get stretch and strength in every movement. Reverse it. The other thing about that is you have to choose stretch and strength in every movement. So we could just be circling the leg here, but if you reach the leg and really think about really finding that circle, connecting the mind to the movement, it's going to be so much more powerful. Hold it there and then bend it in. Good. Tap out that hip. Mine is feeling awake. Okay, good. Last little bit of work here. Come up onto that elbow. Perfect. And again, we're going to stay bent on the knees. This is a really small movement to start, okay? You can use the mat or the hand on the mat to support. You want you to just lift your hips. Just get used to being in this elbow here. And then release it down. Good. And lift the hips. Notice how your head goes that way. Yeah. And down. One more time. Reach. Amazing. And down. Good. Now, we're going to come into that Pilates side plank. Okay? So we're going to stretch the legs, reach the heels. Now, I want you to think it's not just up and down. It's actually over your arm and out through your heels. So again, we're getting length, right? Right from the belly button in 2 directions. Your elbow is slightly further out than your shoulder. And if you need more stability, stack one leg in front of the other. Okay? Take your breath. Hand can be on the mat to start. Reach the heels in one direction. Reach your head in the other direction. Find that lift of the hips. And then release it down. Amazing. Let's do that 2 more times. Hand on the mat or on your hip. Reach over your arm and out through your heels. Pick it up. Return. Good. You guys, strong. Once more. Breathe. This isn't easy. Weight in your heels. Good, good, good. And release it down. Excellent. Go ahead and come on up. And we're going to sit in the opposite mermaid position. Okay, good. So opposite leg in front, other leg behind. Good. Hand to mat. Hand behind your head. Nice. Okay, let's go. Soft elbow reaches up and over. Amazing. And press. Good. And we reach, 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 and press. Yes. Nice. Once more. Over you go. Good. Breathe into the space you've created in those ribs. And up. Yes, reach the arm now. We're going to send it all the way over. Reach to where the wall meets the ceiling. Open up that rib space. Lift and breathe. It's like you're doing some mechanical breathing. Yeah, you're encouraging movement of the lungs and the ribs. Last one, each side. And over, beautiful. And relax it, excellent. Go ahead and come down onto that elbow with bent knees. Excellent. Lift the lift your ribs up. And we're gonna lift the leg up and lower it down. We lift, good, and we lower. Amazing, pick it up. And lower it down, so good, 2 more, up, well done. Very nice, last one, lift, good, and lower it down, nice. And when you're ready, go ahead and come down onto that arm, onto that upper arm, and we're gonna tap the heels together. So heel to heel, knee to ceiling, knee to knee, foot to ceiling. Tap the heels, tap the knees, tap the heels, good, tap the knees. So again, space in the hip. Think expressive in that leg. Let's go 4 and 4. Good for 3 and 3. Let's go 2. 2. Once more. Tap and tap. Good. Go ahead and send that leg all the way out. Try to touch the wall with your foot. Go as far as you can really reach. Now keep that space. Fold the hip. Bend the knee. Slide the seat bone around the leg and then reach the leg all the way out. Reach out through that heel. Good. So we slide it in and then we really try to touch the wall so we open, we get into that side hip. And breathe and send the leg. Good. The further we reach away with the leg, the more we're going to work that side hip. Good. Last 2, which is a good thing, even if you're feeling it. Let's do that one more time. In. And reach it away, stay long, reach the leg away, good. We're gonna press it to the floor, we're gonna pick it up. Press it to the floor and lift. Push, so we get inner thigh and outer thigh. Last 2. Last 1, lift it and circle 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. Excellent. Last 1, reverse for 8, for 7, for 6. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then reach the leg, good, bend it all the way back in, excellent. Go ahead and come up on that elbow, your last little bit of this side work, okay? When you're ready, soften the jaw, and lift up onto the knees. That's it, good, and then. It's a small movement, you've not got much space. Reach and down. Perfect. Let's send the legs away from you. Think about lifting from the side of your hip. So where you might have just felt a little bit of burning, that's where we're lifting from, okay? So that goes up to the ceiling. You take your hands to the mat. Hips come up to the ceiling as you reach your head over and out through your heels. Press. And then fold at the hips to come down. Remember that hand can be there to support you if this is a challenging one for you. Yeah, reach it up, breathe, ribs up, that's it, breathe, and down. Last 1, hips up, reach and reach, stay 3, stay 2, stay 1, and down. Excellent. Roll over onto your tummy. Good, and let's just open out the ribs behind you to finish. We're going to have the arms reaching back, shoulders rolling forward to the mat, palms to the ceiling. Let's start to roll the palms towards your hips. Reach your fingers to your ankles. Reach the crown of your head to the wall out in front and allow that to just gently lift your chest bone. And then we return everything to the floor. Let's go again. Roll in. Reach long, shine open, and return to the floor. Can we go one more time? Turn in, reach long,
Stay here. Hand be nice and slow. Circle one hand to just under your forehead. Head to hand to head. Circle the other hand to join your hands. So we've got both hands now under the forehead. And we're going to let the upper body all the way down. Keep that hand stuck to the head stuck to the hands. Just elbows wide. Lift for 2. And return. Last one, last little bit of work here. Lift. And return. Good. Nice and gentle. Press yourself back into a child's pose, into that rest position, into that shell stretch, and just breathe. Feel that back round. Feel everything just soften into the floor. Knowing that whatever you got out of that workout was exactly what you were meant to get today. If it felt challenging, you will have learned something. If it felt easy, you will still have learned something. Reach the fingers, good. And always, if you're unsure, you know you can ask. Take your time. We're going to start to walk the hands back to the knees. Good. Once the hands come to the knees, I want you to roll and tuck the toes under. We're going to gently roll into that low squat. Good. And then lift all the way up to standing. Amazing. We're going to soften the knees. Reach the arms to the ceiling. Touch the ceiling as you send your feet through the floor. And let all the air out of your arms and your legs, but keep that inflated torso. One more. Reach, space, lift, lengthen. That's it. Keep that spine beautiful and long. Let the arms soften, empty. Return by your sides. Let everything release. Amazing. Well done, you guys. Thank you so much. That is you all stretched and pulled apart and strengthened this evening. If you have any questions and you want to stay on now and either type them in the chat or turn on your microphone and ask me, go for it. And as I say, you can always email them or text them through. Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for joining.